Hey, y'all, did y'all see that Jim Harbaugh will be the new coach of the Los Angeles Chargers? How we feeling about that? Yay or nay?
Yeah, for the Chargers at least.
Yay.
Yeah, for the Chargers, nay for me.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I think he's going to do good. I think he's going to do good. It seems like a match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go ahead and start off the episode. We got the conference championships on tap, the AFC and the NFC. 4 teams remain. Only 2 can go to the Super Bowl. We're going to break down each conference championship, and we're going to pick the winners. And we got a couple of fun segments in between. But first, let's go ahead and start off with the AFC championship between the Ravens and, once again, the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go ahead and give our keys for both teams and give the winners. Let's start off with the Ravens. Matt, what are the keys for the Ravens to win this game and march on to the Super Bowl?
So my keys for the Ravens are you definitely got to win the time of possession battle. Yeah, you got to keep the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hands as much as you can. You got I think Lamar is probably going to win MVP this year. Utilize him, whether it's through the air or through the run game, and then you got to also trust your defense, don't get discouraged if you do commit a turnover. You got one of the top defenses this year for a reason. If there's any defense who's going to be able to stop Pat Mahomes, it's this Ravens team right here. So I think those are your 2 biggest keys. Also, lean on your playmakers. You bolstered your roster last offseason for a reason. This is where they earn their money. So I think those are the main keys for the Baltimore Ravens if they want to, pull out this win. And, they got home field advantage going for them. So, I think this is the year where I just feel like this is kind of the year of Lamar. So those are my main keys for the Baltimore Ravens to defeat Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, cool. Noah, it's on you. What are the keys for the Baltimore Ravens to win the game?
One for me has got to be getting the run game going. I know the Chiefs have been really good at stopping against the run lately. And I think with Baltimore's offense having one of those strengths as their run game, I think that's definitely got to be a key for me if they want to win this game. And then for me, I agree with Matt with the time of possession, keeping Mahomes off the field as much as possible. I also think that the pass rush against Mahomes would be very, very key as well. You got to force him to scramble and make up a lot of other more decisions that he needs to, and go to emergency, jump dump offs, all that stuff, so got to limit his potential to get easy targets to his receivers, so receivers, which has kind of been an issue lately for the Chiefs this year. So those are my keys.
For me, for the Ravens, I am still concerned about their passing offense. I'm still concerned about that. The biggest key, the wide receivers in this game got to step up. They got to make big plays down the field. They got to take advantage of the red zone opportunities if they are able to get them versus this Kansas City Chiefs that has stepped up this year. Looking at the stats in divisional game versus the Texans, who in their own right have a pretty good defense. Zay Flowers only 4 catches for 41 yards. Bateman only 3. Aguilar only 2. Odell Beckham only 1 catch. That's not going to get it done. That's just not going to get it done. Now, I know Nelson Aguilar, he had a touchdown, but 2 catches for 12 yards, and you might be the second, third best wide receiver on the team, just not going to get it done. Who's going to be that big play at wide receiver? Right now, it has to be Zay Flowers, and he's only a rookie. So can you really trust that? Something got to get done. Lamar Jackson and Toad only had 152 yards passing in that game versus the Texans. I don't think that's going to get done versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, he did balance that with 100 yards rushing on 11 carries. That's Lamar Jackson. That's Lamar Jackson right there. It epitomizes Lamar. But that passing game got to step up. They got to make big plays over the top if they want to beat the Chiefs, who, the classic been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that. They own the AFC Championship game past, like 5 years. So that's my biggest take for the Ravens. I think they're fine everywhere else. It's just that passing game still worries me. All right, let's go ahead and go to the Chiefs. What do the Chiefs got to do to win this game, Matt?
So for the Chiefs to win this game, I think they've got to get Travis Kelce involved early. Get him as many touches as you can. As Noah alluded to, your wide receiver core has been very suspect this year. So this is a case where you got to lean on your best playmakers. We know the Mahomes to Kelce connection is already deadly. So try to get him going early. The other thing is your defense. You got to bring the pass rush. I think, make Lamar think on his feet, like Stacey alluded to, those wide receivers for Baltimore, there's still kind of a big question mark. So you got to, make them step up and also make Lamar, trust his wide receivers rather than just, going, utilizing the run game. I think if I remember right, the Chiefs did have the second ranked defense this year. And they've got some young up-and-coming guys like L'Jarius Sneed over there. So I think for the Chiefs, this is where you kind of, got to trust your defense, really. So I think if they do those keys, I think they'll actually be okay. But I still think, that home field advantage, that Baltimore crowd's going to be crazy. So it's not going to be an easy matchup for them.
Right. Everything is right. Noah, what you got for the Chiefs? What do they got to do to go back to the Super Bowl?
Man, I think it's pretty funny. I just want to mention quickly, I think it's pretty funny how both these teams in the championship round both have suspect receiving cores. But I'm going to say the same thing for the Chiefs is that, yes, you got to get your receivers going. Like Matt said, not only get just Kelce going, but I think they need to also get Rashee Rice going as well. He's been on fire. He's been a very good key playmaker for them this year. Looks like he's promising. Got to get him going. Got to get Mahomes' trust up with that receiver core as well, as far as the drops have been concerned this year in various key moments. And then another thing for me is you got to get defensively. You got to make Lamar pass the ball. Like that's been proven to be like the main thing where teams beat the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Like you got to make Lamar think more, throw the ball, not run as much. So yeah, those are my big keys for them to win this game.
Yeah, that was exactly my number one key for the Kansas City Chiefs was to contain Lamar Jackson. Like I mentioned before, he had 100 yards rushing against the Texans. Got to limit it. You got to break that down in half, limit to 50, keep him in the pocket, make him throw the ball, which is going to make the wide receivers work a little bit more hard to get open. And you got a fantastic defense, two good corners, McDuffie and Sneed, that can lock down on defense. So, yeah, make Lamar Jackson throw the ball, make him throw on them tight windows. He might have Mark Andrews back, but will Mark Andrews be that reliable? Because he's coming off a huge injury. So, the wide receiver core, tight ends, questionable for the Ravens. Make Lamar Jackson throw the ball a bunch of times. Not only make him throw the ball, but, make his completion percentage suffer. I'm talking about mid to high 50s. Once you get – because I think the Kansas City Chiefs can win those 50-50 balls against this receiving core. Mm-hmm. So once you do that, you can go right back to the Super Bowl. That's my number one key. And then on offense, it's like what y'all said, they got to keep, Pat Mahomes on the sideline. I think they got to keep this Ravens offense on the sideline too. Control the game. Isaiah Pacheco is better than all the running backs the Ravens got right now. Mm-hmm. Use Isaiah Pacheco. Run. He's a tough runner. Run the ball. Play action over the top. Kelce is still effective. Like I joked last week. Him falling off to 95 catches this year is that's just a testament to his greatness right there. But he can still, give 3 first downs at least in this game. So he's going to be great. So control the ball, hit hard on defense, keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket. All right, here we go. The big prediction: AFC Championship game. Ravens, Chiefs. Chiefs are defending champs. Ravens been number one all year long. Who is going to Super Bowl? Matt.
I got to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I can't go with Kansas City, but I also objectively think Baltimore, they've got the pieces this year. They know the pressure's kind of on, especially Lamar Jackson, who just got that new contract this year. I think they know they better make some noise. So I got the Ravens winning a close one. I could see it being like a 31-28 matchup, and I could just see the home field advantage kind of being the final factor.
All right, we got one for Ravens. And also, side note, we got to stop this divisional hatred, y'all. We got to stop. We got to stop. See, that cost Noah last week. Noah and Korea. They cost y'all last week. It cost y'all prediction. All right, but let's see if he try to pull it off this time. Ravens, Chiefs, Noah. Who you got winning?
Man, I'm not going to pull that off this time. I'm going to go with the Ravens here. So here's why. I think the Ravens are just the better, more complete team. I think they're loaded. If you're going to ask me, even without Mark Andrews, it's pretty insane to me. As much as it irks me to root for the Ravens, I do not want the Chiefs or Taylor Swift in near a Super Bowl. I have to say something. But yeah, I was going to say I agree with Matt on the home field advantage. I think that's a very, very big advantage to have in this game, especially in this environment. I think Baltimore's fired up. They're ready to go. They're on 10. I think they're determined to get their gameplay on, and I think they got the edge.
And this is the top reason why I'm picking the Ravens. I think versus years past in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson is a changed person at quarterback. I think he's more mature. I think he's more mature himself throwing the ball. I just think that he knows that this is his best shot. Mm-hmm. This is his best team that he had in a while, a little bit more complete team that he has in a while to reach the Super Bowl and win it. And I'm with it. I'm riding the train. I think it's their time. I think it's the Ravens' time. So I'm going to go with Baltimore. Like Matt, I think it's going to be, inside of 7 points of separation. Hopefully it's a good game. I don't want no blowouts, but the Chiefs, they know what they're doing, but I just think the Ravens going to pull it off. I think in this game, I think the Ravens need a 10-point cushion to play with.
Yeah.
I think they need to, because you don't want it to come down to Pat Mahomes driving the ball down the field, because he's going to do it. He's going to pull it off to take the lead, come back, whatever. You don't want that. I think the Ravens need to play with a 10-point lead, and if they have that, well into the third quarter, I think that's almost seals the game for them. But I'm going for the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
All right, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be an exciting game. All right, let's move on to our segment. For the second time on the show, we are going to mention the WWE. Why are we mentioning the WWE? The Royal Rumble is this Saturday. Of course, the big match in that event is the Royal Rumble match itself. We got the men and we got the women. Big storylines going on heading into WrestleMania season. Speaking of predictions, let's go ahead and predict the winners of the Royal Rumble. Who's going to win on the men's side? Who's going to win on the women's side? Noah, who you got winning the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, I looked at the confirmed candidates for this so far, and I saw my boy Bobby Lashley was in there, man. So I got it's between, for me, it's between him, CM Punk, and someone else. But if I just put a gun to my head, I'd probably put my money on Bobby Lashley for the men's side.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I remember him watching him way back then when I was really, really into WWE when I was younger. But I remember him coming close on some other tournaments in the past. So hopefully this is his resurgence, his revenge tour right here. So yeah, I'll be rooting for him. And then for the women's, Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, okay.
Yeah. It was that between her and Bayley for me. I just looked at their catalogs. Honestly, I don't really know too much about them, but I looked at what they did in the past, and they seem to be pretty experienced. So yeah, I think those are my. I think Nia Jax got to be my. I'll go with my first pick, Nia Jax.
All right, Nia Jax. I got you. I heard you. Matt, who you got winning the Royal Rumble, men's and women?
Well, my answers are a lot more, are probably, I guess, basic than Noah's, but I feel like they're also pretty good predictions. I've got CM Punk on the men's side, no explanation, I feel like really needed. Same thing on the women's side with no explanation really needed. I'm going Becky Lynch for the women's. Need I say more? Like, yeah. So, that's who I got as my winners for the Royal Rumble this weekend.
All right. I like it. I agree with you, Matt. I got CM Punk winning the men's side. I think that Seth Rollins storyline, they're just too damn good to pass up. You got to press the button on that. You got to have that match set in stone. Now, I know Seth Rollins is going through an injury right now, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be ready to compete at WrestleMania. You just got to press the button. My honorable mention for the men's side would be Gunther. Who's actually the Intercontinental Champion, but I think the only reason why he's not going to win the Royal Rumble is because I think he's going to defend that title against somebody. And I'm hoping it's Brock Lesnar. But I got CM Punk for the men, and for the women, I'm finna roll with Bayley. I think Bayley's going to have that baby face push. Right now, she's a heel, but I can see that baby face turn coming, and I think her winning the Royal Rumble will, add to the storyline and breaking up. I think the group called Damage Control, breaking them up, playing the season there, and then her going on to WrestleMania competing for the title. So I got Bayley winning.
Oh yeah, dude. I was very close to picking CM Punk, dude. He's always been legit.
Yeah, I like CM Punk. Punk. How y'all feel about this segment? It's kind of like a nostalgic moment.
Yeah, it is. It's different. I like it.
Anybody still watch WWE actively?
I don't.
Oh, that's all right. Look, WWE, we got your back on this show. Give us some tickets to Raw. Give us the tickets to SmackDown. SOS in the front row. But that was our Royal Rumble predictions. We'll see what happened. Well, we might not see because 2 out of 3 of us probably not gonna watch it, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's go ahead and go on to the NFC Championship game. We got the 49ers and we got the Lions. The Lions, gentlemen. Wow. Same thing we gonna do with like we did for the AFC. We just gonna break it down team by team, then give our predictions. So Matt, start us off. What's the keys for the 49ers?
Keys for the 49ers, I think they were lucky to squeak past the Packers last week.
Lucky.
Concern. So with that being said, I think you got to establish the run game early, lean on your best playmaker and Christian McCaffrey. I think it's still up in the air about if Deebo Samuel's going to be available. So as a result, you've got to get the run game solidified early, take some pressure off of Brock Purdy, and that'll open up some play action opportunities. And then also utilize the momentum you're going to get from that home crowd. Detroit, if this were in Detroit, who knows what would have happened. But I think, for the 49ers, that 49ers crowd is going to be, they're going to be electric. They've been so close the last few years. So, get the crowd pumped up. You got to score on the opening drive, and then just ride that momentum from there on out, especially against this Lions team who has been, this year's sort of Cinderella story. And then the other thing is you got to force Jared Goff into some turnovers. When Jared Goff doesn't throw any or have any turnovers, it just seems like it's a completely different team. But if you can get him rattled early, then you're already in business. So those are my 3 keys for the 49ers.
Yeah, I know that all too well about Jared Goff. Trust me, I know. And then the coach Kyle Shanahan. Deebo Samuel's status is still uncertain for the game, and he's not practicing. So we'll see what happens with that. So Noah, what are your keys for the 49ers to go back to the Super Bowl?
For the 49ers, got to get the passing game going. Against that weak Lions secondary, you got to utilize, especially Brandon Ayuk. I think that's one guy you need to get going early if Debo's out. Because that guy can be a game changer if he really, really wants to. I think he has the talent to. But yeah, passing game for sure. Brock Purdy needs to, say, hey, like last week, that humbled me. I need to make this up right here, right now. This is the time to do that. I think they get that going. That's a huge advantage because we all know how good their run game is. Always been dominant. They need to get the points. They need to get a good lead early. They need to get momentum very early. If you're going to do that against a team with the Lions, it's going to be very hard, much harder for the Lions to catch up on that. So especially with the points, I think if you get like two possessions on them before the second half, I think that's good to definitely have as a cushion and make the Lions stress about a bit more into their game plans. So yeah, I think those are my main keys for the Niners.
All right, nice. For the Niners, Brock Purdy, can he actually make plays outside of the system that he's in? If all else breaks down, if all hell's break loose, if the 49ers go down by 7, go down by 10, or down by 14, what's Brock Purdy going to do? That's still the biggest question mark about him right now. He's been well protected. Crazy stat this year, he had like the least pass attempts, but like the top 5 most yards in the league, something like that in the regular season. So, whenever you pass the ball, it's always like, for a first down or for a big play, it seems like. But when you need to get those tough yards in the passing game, that's going to test you right there. That's going to test your patience. So there was a game he had when he threw 4 interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you can get him out that system, he'll be uncomfortable. So that's the biggest thing for me for the 49ers is make sure Brock Purdy stays on point when things break down. And also, that running game is going to be important. Christian McCaffrey is going to be important. Somebody who I think should be the MVP of the league. I love Lamar Jackson, don't get me wrong, but I think Christian McCaffrey deserves at least a little recognition. But the Lions in the playoffs only give up 78 yards rushing. Only 78. Their passing defense is terrible. It is terrible. But yes, 78 yards, but they haven't faced Christian McCaffrey. They faced Kyron Williams, he's a rookie, Then the Buccaneers run game is awful. Going up against Christian McCaffrey, that's a different beast right there. Yeah. So definitely definitely the 49ers got to run with Christian McCaffrey. Also use him in the pass game, those check downs, make him look like the MVP. So let's go to the Lions. What do the Lions got to do to win this game, Matt?
For Detroit, you can't get flustered. You've had a great, home field advantage throughout this playoffs. You're now on the road, so don't let the crowd affect you early. If there's a mistake or whatnot, or a fumble early on, you can't let that, affect you and let it be the end all be all results. So with that being said, I also think you've got to. I'm going to say you got to even though their pass defense, as you alluded to, is not great. You've got to force Brock Purdy to pass early on. You got to make him prove that, okay, is he actually an elite quarterback or is he part of a system? We already know about Christian McCaffrey. He's probably going to get his no matter what. Force Brock Purdy out of the pocket, make him make those tough decisions, and see, and hope that, your secondary can step up in arguably their biggest game in franchise history. And the other thing is for the offensive side for them, I want to see Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery get going. I mean, we know about how talented Amon-Ra St. Brown is and how terrific of a rookie Sam Laporta has had. I want to see that dynamic duo of the Lions get going, because I feel like if you get that run game going, it's going to open up a whole lot of opportunities for Jared Goff, and then who knows what could happen with that San Francisco 49ers defense. So I would like to see them, similar to what I said for San Francisco, utilize that run game early.
Yeah, I've been saying that all playoff long about the Lions. You got 2 good running backs. 2. Yeah. Use them both effectively. Noah, what you got for the Lions?
I think we can all agree here on using both Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery to their advantage with that elite O line. If they get that going, it's not going to be easy for the Niners. I'll tell you that right now. They get that going, that's going to open up a lot more breathing room for the passing game to work with, and it's going to make it easier on Ben Johnson and everyone else in the squad. Lions, can they handle the pressure? Is this their time? Can they handle it? Not only is this a road game with a crazy atmosphere, this is the first time in like ages that they've gotten this far in the playoffs with Jared Goff and company. Can they handle that? So I think that's a couple very big key factors for me into carrying out this win for the Lions. And then defensively, keep the pass rush going crazy. I know they had the last 2 games, they had like close to 10 sacks, something crazy. Like keep that going. I know that's hard to do against the Niners O line, but if you keep getting Brock Purdy under pressure, that's only going to help them. So or at least try to help him and make him pass more and make more quick decisions and all that stuff he's not used to doing so much. And yeah, I think pass rush is going to be definitely a key factor for their defense to make up for their weaker secondary.
I would say this for the Lions side when he was talking about pressure. I mean, Jared Goff been to the Super Bowl before. Although he lost the Super Bowl against the damn Patriots, he been there before. So he knows about, pressure. And like Matt said, as long as he don't get hit, he's going to be fine. But for me, for the Lions, the number one thing, y'all secondary y'all got to do something. Y'all got to make it something. Oh, my God. That secondary is just awful. It is. Cam Sutton has been getting burnt.
Yeah.
I've seen like 4 Lions games in a row, and this man gets picked on every single game. It's just like, it just never ends for him. Puka Nacua picked him off, and then Mike Evans, oh man, he been going through it this whole time. They got to do something in that secondary. I mean, they're giving up well over 300 yards passing in the playoffs. Then you're going against Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense, who have a good passing offense. They don't have Deebo Samuels, yes, but they still got George Kittle.
Brandon Ayuk,
who I think is the best wide receiver on this team. And then somehow, some way, Jawan Jennings always make like 2 big catches. I don't know how he comes out of nowhere. He just come in, sneak in the game, and he'll give you like 2 like random ass catches for like 50 yards. No, he just does that. Then you got Christian McCaffrey who can catch, 6 to 8 balls out the backfield and, can go out the backfield, catch the ball, run in for a touchdown. The Lions got to find some way to stop that. Like their front seven is good. Aiden Hutchinson's good. Anzalone is good at linebacker. But it ain't going to mean that much if your secondary just giving up big yards. Y'all going to wear down and you're going to get blown out. And then, like you said, the 49ers offensive line is great. It is great. Led by Trent Williams. We all know about Trent Williams, and he has a great rapport with Brock Purdy, man. They have a great relationship. So, Lions secondary, I'm calling you out. Got to get something. And then the defensive coordinator is Aaron Glenn, who was a very good corner in his day. Very good corner in his day. How your secondary is that bad?
Oh. I was going to say, dude, good thing we didn't sign Cam Sutton this offseason.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so let's go ahead and get Rob. Go ahead.
Sorry, cutting you off. But I was just going to say, Brian Branch can't do everything here, guys.
Right. Yeah, he's our top leading tackle in the playoffs. I don't know if y'all agree with this, but anytime your safety is the top tackle on your team, your defense is trash.
Oh, yeah. Your linebacker should be the leading tackle.
It can be Brian Branch. All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. All right. Is it the 49ers? Are they going to go back to the Super Bowl where they belong, where they should have been? Or will the Lions' fantastic story continue? Matt, who you got winning the game?
So I just got to go on the side note here. I'm really hoping Detroit can win this, part because my wife's late uncle RIP Adam. He was a huge Detroit fan. So for like her family's sake, I am rooting like crazy for Detroit. However, my objective pick has to be the San Francisco 49ers. I just feel like there's too much experience there. They've been so close the past few years, kind of like Baltimore. They know they've got to get over the hump this season. And the home field advantage and just the experience of that whole core versus the Lions, who I don't think they have really any player who's even been in this situation before. I think it's just going to be too much for the Lions to overcome in the end, unfortunately. So with that being said, I could see the 49ers winning this by a touchdown or maybe 10 points, even though I am rooting like crazy for Detroit this weekend.
I understand. All right. But objectively, we have one for the 49ers.
Yes.
One pick for the 49ers. Noah, who you got winning?
I'm gonna have to slightly agree with the Niners on this one, guys. Like Matt said, I really would love to see the Lions in the Super Bowl. That'd be an amazing thing, very historical would happen. Yeah, I think the Niners just have the edge as far as the experience and just the talent, just a more complete squad. I think they were pissed last year from that championship game, and I think this is the time where it's like, okay, we're at home this time. All right, so let's lock in. Let's get this done. Let's go to the ship and win it. I feel like that's kind of like the fire under their ass right here. That's really pushing them to really lock in right here. Yeah, Lions, they have a great team, but I feel like the Niners are slightly better.
Right. 2 for the 49ers. Let's make it 3. Go ahead. Sweet. It's 3. I got the 49ers winning. First of all, like I said, the Lions secondary is just awful. And you're going against, the best team here. You haven't faced the 49ers. Haven't faced really a team like this besides Baltimore. And then Baltimore beat the crap out of you. So this is one of the games where it can be a blowout on the Niners side. It can be. But I would say as a fan, I would love to see the Lions go to the Super Bowl. I just like stories like that, like teams just come from the bottom, go to the top, and play for the big one. But, objectively speaking here, analytics, the 49ers are just going to be a little bit too much. I can see them winning by double digits. At least by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
At least by 2 touchdowns. So
okay.
Then plus, 49ers, just like what Matt mentioned, it's the same thing as we both mentioned with the Ravens. It's time. You have no excuse. This is the Niners' easiest path to get to the Super Bowl. Last year, you had an excuse. Brock Purdy got hurt. You had to play Johnson at quarterback. Emergency thing. He was your 4th string quarterback in the grand scheme. So, that's going to knock you off. It don't matter how good you are. But you're fully healthy besides Debo. But you still got your main pieces intact. So why not? 49ers to the Super Bowl.
All right, so we both got Ravens Niners Super Bowl 58.
Yeah. Matt, your prediction is still holding strong.
It is, yeah.
All right. Now let's go to the last segment to close out the show. Last segment. Let's bring it back once again. The last call, where we just talk about something that's been on our minds that's got something to do with sports. Matt, this is your first one. What's on your mind? What you got for us?
I don't think it's going to surprise y'all, but I got a little something here. I got.
Uh-oh.
More ice?
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Man,
talk about this.
Man, once again, last night proved why he is the current greatest basketball player in the world, icing the game up with 4 seconds left, up 2. So Pacers still had plenty of time to, if he misses, to come down and win the game. And he just hits nothing but net on a step-in 3. And the way this man has been playing all season, it's another, masterclass. I know, shout out to Joel Embiid. He did have 70 points the other night, and Cat had 62. That was an amazing, just display from centers in the NBA. Mm-hmm. just gotta say, the way Jokic has been playing this season, it's crazy to say. This might be his most efficient season yet. And he just set the record for having the highest player efficiency rating in NBA history. He surpassed Michael Jordan for that. So I got a piece on Basketball Insiders I did about that a couple of days ago if you all want to check that out. So I got it. But yeah, this man is, and now my Nuggets have jumped up to the 2nd seed. So we're starting to climb up. We're 5-1 in our last 6 games, including wins over the Boston Celtics at home. And we just beat the Indiana Pacers at home. So I just got to give another shout out to my man Jokic. So that's
nice. Yeah, and Jamal Murray's back healthy, and you can see a repeat. We can see a repeat. I don't know. Noah, what's been on your mind, man? What's up? Last call.
You know what's been on my mind, Stacey, is I had to switch it to baseball in this one.
Okay.
The Pirates picking Paul Skeens first overall in the last MLB draft. Are they going to put him in the rotation this coming year? Are they going to do it? That's really rare for someone to do when they've just drafted, especially a pitcher that year, and to still just skip the minors. Will they put him in the rotation? I don't know. We'll see. But I think he's going to be a great player regardless. I'm very excited to see him play in the black and gold, and I'm very excited to see how this Pirates team is going to be recovering from last year's oof type of season. That led me on heavy, so I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited to see what they'll do with Skeens. I think the dude was throwing. I watched like a highlight a few days ago where he was in the College World Series where he used like 115 pitches and he's still throwing 103.
Nice,
crazy. So yeah, that's what's been on my mind lately.
Yeah, I remember watching that World Series. That World Series was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. And speaking of baseball, shout out to Matt's boy Todd Helton going to the Hall of Fame, right?
Sure.
Yeah, Colorado Rockies. They finally got some good news.
Finally.
Shit.
Oh man, come on, Rockies. Come on, step up. Dude, this just happened, and I don't trust Doc Rivers no more. Did y'all see how that went down? They fired Adrian Griffin, and 24 hours later, Doc Rivers is the head coach. And then there was a report that Doc Rivers was giving advice to Adrian Griffin this whole time. All of a sudden, Damian Lillard had a problem with the system. Giannis didn't like how he was treating his brother. Doc Rivers is a snake. It seemed like he's a snake. What is he doing, man? How does man keep getting a job? How? We still holding on to this one championship he won way back in 2008 when I was in high school. And he's still coaching. He messed up the Clippers. He's messed up the 76ers. He hasn't gone far. Do y'all be seeing, when they put the camera on the coach, what they're doing during timeouts and what they saying? He doesn't say anything. He just like, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Defense. Come on. He don't say nothing. Now I've never seen this man draw up a play. And next thing, now he got another championship caliber team that he's coaching. What the hell?
Watch him drop another 3. Watch him blow a 3-1 lead this playoff.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he's blowing a 3-1 lead. Oh my God. Look. I want to say, Doc Rivers, I respect you as a man. You've done well for your career. Like I said, you won a championship. This ain't no way attacking you personally, but as we're in the sports realm, as you being a head coach, this is absolutely insane. This man, he must have Adam Silver's secrets or something. I don't know. I don't know, man. What y'all think about that, man?
That whole thing was just strange to me. They're 30-13, and you just dismiss hope like that.
Right. I don't know, man. I don't know. The only way this would be justified if the Bucks win the championship. or at least go to the NBA Finals. At least.
I feel like this would be a great "What in the hell" segment.
Oh yeah, right. This is insane. But hey, Doc Rivers back in it again. So shout out to him, I guess. But that was the end of Stacey on Sports NFL Conference Championship Edition. We're going to keep on the lookout both games. I am your main host, Stacey Carter II, joined by Matt Huff and Noah Urudia. Follow us on Instagram, on X, all social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, etc., etc. We'll be right back for the Super Bowl. We're going to have one big Super Bowl party, whoever's going to be in there. And also, brush up on your Usher, put him on your playlist. Get to know him. He's going to be the halftime show. And I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift going to have to bow down to that. But till next time, we are signing off. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.